Hi, welcome to Battle for the Belt. Today, Osler and I are at the Western Ag Research Station for the field day. And we're going to talk a little bit about the crop stages we're seeing today on July 17th. So what you're looking at is 5 planting dates for soybean and 5 planting dates for corn, ranging from March 25th all the way to June 17th. So Osler, you've had a chance to walk the fields. Can you tell us a little bit about the corn growth stage?
Excellent. Good morning, everyone. Osler Ortez, state corn specialist here at the Western Station, like Laura said. Beautiful day, a lot of growth, a lot of crops out here. Looking at the stages on the corn side here on my right hand, that's where Battle for the Belt plots are located. We have stages ranging all the way from B7 stage corn, only 7 developed leaves, all the way up to corn that is already at the reproductive milking stage. If we break that out by planting dates, planting day 1, that's the crop that was planted in March 25th. We have corn that is already at the milking stage, R3. And we have a quick example here that we can show. This is what we are seeing for corn that was planted on March 25th at this location. We have 4 hybrids, and they are pretty much looking at about the same milking stage. This is crop that has benefited from good rain seasonality this season so far, good temperature conditions, good growing degree day accumulation. This is the best we got at this point over here. As we go from that point forward, second planting date, April 16, we are looking at crop that is about blister stage. If we look at the third planting date, that's crop from the first week of May 6, those plots are at the tasseling stage. We are just silking and tasseling there. And planting day 4, that's May 24th. We have crop that is still at the vegetative stage with 14 developed leaves. That's B14. And finally, we have June 17th. That's the last planting date. That was not long ago. We have crop that is at the B7 stage. So it's quite the playground here, Laura. Lots of things and dynamics that we should be thinking about. Diseases, weeds, yield accumulation, yield components, and we will see who wins this year.
Well, we know it's going to be soybeans. Soybean staging, I think, is really interesting in contrast to corn because soybeans will continue to grow vegetatively even though they're in the reproductive stages. So our first 2 planting dates for soybeans, March 25th and April 16th, are at the same stage. They're at the R4 growth stage. Our May 6th soybeans are not that far behind. They're at R3. But what's interesting is if you look at the pods from the bottom to the top of the plant. So on our really early planting dates, March 25th, our pods at the bottom are probably R5.3, where there's a seed that's beginning to fill. But the top of the plant is still at R4 because soybean staging is based on the 4 uppermost nodes with fully developed trifoliates. So the first 3 planting dates technically are at the same or very similar growth stage, but the bottoms of the plants look very different depending on when they were planted. Our 4th planting date was May 24th. Those soybeans aren't too far behind either. Those are R2, so that's the full flowering growth stage. And then our June 17th are at V4. So really wide spectrum from the earliest to the latest, but those early ones are all about at the same stage, which I think is interesting, but developmentally very different from the bottom to the top of the plant. We don't really know what that means in terms of yield yet, but we're tracking the pods at the bottom to see how those seeds fill. So we'll know more later this year.
Excellent. And just to point out, this is our 2nd year of this project at this location. Last year, 2023, we were at the same 2 fields that we have here to my right and to my left. Soybeans were just on the opposite side following the corn-soybean rotation. So we are on the same area. Last year, we had plots and certainly different growing conditions that gave us some interesting dynamics that were also the drivers of final yields and our results. This year, we are going to be reviewing some numbers based on last year and doing a little bit of a comparison, the stages that we have today relative to the stages that we had last year at this same date.
Yeah, I think overall, I haven't looked at the data yet, but overall, I think we're ahead this year with that earlier planting date. Last year, our first planting date was mid-April. Here, we have a date of March 25th, so I think things are a little bit ahead this year, but we'll see.